Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. I am always glad to see you guys here. Hair's getting a little long, probably need a haircut. But before I get a haircut, there was something I saw that was really cool that I wanted to share with you, and that is Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, shared a message directly pointed out to our enemies to let them know about American resolve, American military power, and how we don't treat any fight fairly. Before we get into all of that and who that is likely directed at, make sure to like and subscribe, comment with your thoughts, let me know how you think Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth are doing so far, and then let's get into it. Pete Hegseth is obviously the Secretary of Defense under President Donald Trump for his second administration. He has hit the ground running, whether it's encouraging our NATO allies to spend more, pick up their commitments, sealing the southern border, targeting the drug cartels south of the border to make sure they can't push their pain, carnage, and violence north of the border. Pete has also done a really nice job when it comes to identifying the fact that we have to deal with China. We absolutely cannot let the Chinese run rampant around the world. It's not good for anyone, and they are our number one geopolitical threat. No matter what anyone says, as I say many times, doesn't matter what's going on in Europe, doesn't matter what's going on in the Middle East, our main concern has to be China. But overall, we have to remind the world that we're the United States of America. We're the most powerful military in the world, and when we come to fight, if you test our resolve, we are going to crush you, because that's what the United States of America does. That's what the USA does. And that was the message that Pete Hegseth delivered when he was out on a naval ship. I believe he was visiting Guantanamo Bay, and he released a message. Let me pull the ship up that he was on just so that I have it 100% correct. The Thomas Hudner, which I believe is an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. He was on the ship. He grabbed the intercom to address the sailors on board, and he had one simple message: don't mess with America. Let's go ahead and roll the tape right now.
On behalf of the Commander-in-Chief, on behalf of President Donald Trump, I want to thank you for everything you do for our nation, for our republic, for the security of so many Americans who are grateful for what you do in far-off places, in the middle of the night, with a high threat level and a lot of uncertainty, sometimes with a mission that's clear, sometimes with a mission that's not so clear. And no matter what, you execute. And I am humbled to have the opportunity to help lead you, to give advice to the Commander-in-Chief, and to make sure that when you are put in harm's way, you are given absolutely everything you need to overwhelm and destroy the enemy, hopefully to deter them so we don't have to fight these wars. But when we do, that we have overwhelming capabilities. It's not a fair fight. You're trained properly with the equipment that you need. You're as lethal as possible so that we can end the fight and bring you home to those you love.
So there you have Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth making it crystal clear to anyone out there, anyone who is the enemy of America, that if you push us, if you test us, if you test our resolve, our brave American service members are going to come and they are going to ruin your day. And when they come, it is not going to be a fair fight. They've got better training than you. They have better tools than you, and they are ready to execute the mission. But he also said something in there that I thought was really important that we should also talk about and want and, not be discouraged from saying, when he also made the point that deterrence, it's okay if deterrence is the goal and the fight never happens. Hopefully, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, the United States Army, the United States military as a whole is so strong that no one in their right mind would look at it and think anything other than if we challenge those people, they're going to destroy us. They're going to ruin our lives. It's like that famous saying, I think it was by a Medal of Honor winner, who said that if you essentially attack Americans, someone else will raise your children. That is the mindset and spirit and attitude that we have to have in the United States military. We can't have a cowardly attitude. We certainly can't have a woke attitude. It's not meant to be a social experiment. It's meant to do one job and one job only. Confront the enemies of the United States wherever they might be, attack them with an unrelenting energy, and ultimately, if we have to, destroy them. That could be an engagement against China. That could be south of the border against Mexico and the cartels. We know what happened to that poor rancher, that American citizen, who unfortunately lost his life south of the border in Mexico. It could be in Europe. It could be in South America. Could be anywhere. But the point is that the United States military stands ready to fight, stands ready to push back our enemies wherever they might be. And hopefully, we do that through deterrence. Peace through strength. You know, Ronald Reagan loved peace through strength. The idea that if you're so strong, nobody would dare test you. If you lose the respect and the fear of the world, that's when you see bad things happen. Weakness invites aggression. Hegseth's talked about that before. How whether you're actually weak or perceived as weak doesn't really matter. Because if they perceive you as weak, they might try to move on you. They might try to move on your allies. They might try to enforce their will on you. And the way you stop that is from being stronger than ever before. What does that look like for the United States military? Well, it looks like a lot of different things. It means building out our naval capacity. We've talked at length about China on this channel. China is building out their naval capacity. We need to do the same. It means recruiting the best people possible for the jobs. When it comes to the Army Rangers, Special Forces, the Navy SEALs, Delta Force, whatever it might be, Tier 1, Tier 2, whatever, 101st Airborne, 82nd Airborne, MARSOC, Marine Snipers, you get the point. We want guys who wake up every day ready to take the fight to the enemy if that's what it comes to. And if that's what it comes to, they will confront the enemy and they will destroy the enemy and they will have the tools necessary to get that job done. Gone are the days, quite frankly, of people looking at our military and wondering whether or not we're serious, wondering whether or not we will drop the hammer on you. Make no mistake about it. If you're a bad guy watching this video, wherever it might be, our military 1,000% stands ready to crush you. Whether that is with fighter jets in the sky or Delta Force operators on the ground, there is nowhere you can run. There is nowhere you can hide. If the United States military decides it's go time and they are going to come take you out, may God have mercy on your soul, because I guarantee you the people who they send after you will not. It's incredibly refreshing to see Hegseth's comments. I thought they were really cool. I wanted to share them all with you. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you thought about Hegseth's comments, and I'll see you all next time.